And welcome to episode 5 of our illustrious podcast. I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts Michael.
Thank you.
And Anthony.
I am here.
And today, I figured we just go Acapulco, and just wing it, just fucking talk. Let's go back to like the roots of when we came up with this idea,
Honestly, you know what? I feel like that's perfect. I feel like it's perfect.
Right? Because, a little, when this whole thing came about, actually, Tony was wanting us to buy stock in, what was it?
Bank of America, wasn't it?
No, MGM.
MGM, because Steve Wynn was like, Tony, dude, shut the fuck up, dude. But then he came up with the idea, you know what, we should do a podcast. And they're like, well, we got drunk and we just started thinking about it. So, yeah, so I figured let's go back to our roots, man.
Yeah,
so what are we drinking tonight?
We have quite a weird assortment on this table
You're
here.
crazy as well. Because I started with a Zima, which is a refreshing citrus drink, which is 5% alcohol. I honestly don't know what flavor it is, but it's clear and I'm drinking it.
It's this was very popular back in the 90s.
Yes, it was.
I remember the first time I heard about or saw it was in The Cable Guy.
Yeah.
I think it's like Jim Carrey is like telling Matthew Broderick to like, oh, it's a nice refreshing Zima. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll get it. And just because I was feeling a little extra tonight and, a little fancy, I got some Bartles and James.
Old fashioned.
And
Bartles and James.
Strawberry daiquiri,
that SNL skit where it's Adam Sandberg and Justin Timberlake, where they're talking about like Bartles and James. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Oh, man, that's yeah, boy. So I figure, we just get a little extra.
Keep it old
tonight.
school.
Yeah.
B&J. No.
I haven't seen these in forever. I remember we see some of these at the general store all the time. We have like 4 different flavors, like fuzzy navel and
it's so weird though because like when I'll go like if I ever get a mixed drink at a bar. It's funny because everyone else will get like Jack and Coke or like Seagram's and 7 or what's it called 7 and 7.
Yeah.
I always get an Amaretto sour, and I always tell them to give me like extra fucking cherries, man, because it's just so good, dude. And I get the weirdest looks, dude, but man, I don't care.
My favorite mixed drink is Tequila Sunrise. I'm gonna have to say that probably hands down.
You'll always order
always,
anywhere, right?
Yeah. If there's nothing else that I like, then I'll get Tequila Sunrise. Sambuco is pretty good, but generally speaking, I'll have a Tequila Sunrise just because
delicious, but yeah.
It's good for you. It's got orange juice in it, right?
It's good for you.
God, I just took a sip of the Zima, and it tastes just like those Smirnoff ices.
Yeah.
And like a wave of memories just like hit me, dude. Like, oh my God.
I think it's the worst memories of my life.
Smirnoff
ices.
Oh, dude, this takes me back.
My body.
I've heard many stories about some Smirnoff Ice.
It's so bad.
And it just took me back to like.
I just remember at the general store it was like $10 a 6-pack, and it was like if you bought it, it was expensive.
You probably should fucking drink it all.
You probably, it probably did get
$10.
drink. Oh, but God, you know what? Right on, man. This is really good.
Definitely. I'll be honest with you guys. The first time I ever got drunk was off of the Smirnoff Ices.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I got drunk off of.
I remember we would come home from track trips, and we get a bottle of Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan?
Yeah, dude. This is ridiculous.
It's the worst drink to fucking come back to.
I think Captain Morgan and like everyone had like a squirt or a soda, and everyone would just take like what's it called, a snort. Like, oh, give me a snort. Like take a fucking swig of Morgan and then just drink. And I was like, I would not do that today, man.
I don't think I'd ever do that.
Captain Morgan is not a great rum.
It's not a good rum. I mean, there's plenty of rums out there, but Captain Morgan is probably not the one.
I would just be like, Nah, man. I'm out. I'm outie.
I quit.
Oh, but
that shit.
damn, yeah, we would drink Captain Morgan, and we would just go around. We'd just take a swig of Captain Morgan, and then I'd go home, and I'd go home, and my mom would be in bed and everything, and I had to let her know when I got home. So I'd be like, "Hey, I'm home." And just like she could never tell, or maybe she did. She just didn't.
She was like, "I'm tired to get up."
But
bother.
Man, dude, like I couldn't believe that. Being as young as we were and drinking that. Well, for me, like drinking that was just that's ridiculous.
Oh no, yeah, I remember growing up and drinking 151 rum.
I've had that twice, and that is some hard stuff to swallow.
Because all I remember
very hard
like,
stuff to swallow.
We'd drink it and we'd be like, "Oh, let's add more Pepsi," and then we'd pour more Pepsi and be like, "Yeah, let's add more Pepsi," and like, that's all it was. We just probably keep adding more Pepsi until like eventually we're just like, "Yeah, we're pretty fucked up right now." But that was the worst drink to drink. Man.
Is that when you guys would all like crash at your grandma's house?
Plenty of times. Yeah, plenty of times. We just fucking crash at my grandma's house.
Yesterday we were talking about like a person who remained nameless, but you said got deported because they got caught at your.
Not because of me. Right. Not me. I wasn't the reason they caused it. It was my cousins. They were the two that were the ones that were behind the whole. They were the culprits.
You just happened to be there.
I wasn't there because I remember showing up and being like, "Hey, what's going on?" And the cops were like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I was like, "Oh, all
right."
I left and I went to my brother Facino's house, and then I went to Facino's. And I was like, "Hey, Facino, those guys, they're at my grandma's house, and there's cops there." And then my brother Facino's like, "All right, I go over there and talk to him." And he went over there, and the motherfucker was like, "Hey, dude, didn't I just tell you to get the fuck out of here?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was my brother."
To be fair, you guys,
really
look
similar.
Really similar, yeah. But like, I was hella young, and like,
yeah, I remember that.
I thought she was funny because she was like, "Yeah, that was my brother, not me."
Yeah,
it's funny though.
I remember that, dude. That was,
that had to have been a highlight of our childhood. That was terrible.
Wasn't like when didn't said person was like, "No, officer," or something like that.
Well, you know what?
I'm not drunk.
No, yeah. From what my cousins would tell me, they're like, "Dude, we were pretty normal the whole situation, but." It was the fact that she made noise in my goddamn closet. In our grandma's closet, they're like, the cop was just like, "Yeah, all right, we're cool, we'll leave." And then they heard something drop in the goddamn closet. And they're like, "Oh, well, we gotta check it." They go and check it. And she was in there, and they're like, "What the fuck can we do after that?" You know, like she's caught.
Dude, shout out to just grandma's, like our grandma's houses, dude. Because
exactly.
I remember that same summer. They went to go get Manuel, your cousin from Wendover, and Manuel and his pet fucking what was his name?
Not Georgie. What was his name? Ray.
Fucking Ray.
Fucking love it. They were amazing.
And then like my parents had gone to Mexico and I stayed. And everything was cool. I took care of the house and everything. And Manuel found out I was home alone, and he just ended up just like, "All right, I'm living here. I'm going to stay here for the next 2 weeks."
Weird because, like, you went to go pick him up or something.
Yeah, me and Mole,
right?
Me and Mole, right?
Yeah. You guys were gone for maybe a day or so. And me and Chloe and Tully were like, "Hey, dude. Dean's got a manual Honda. Let's go drive that shit." So like we're like, "All right, let's go drive it." We started driving his car, and like. We had no idea.
Dude.
So
speaking of that, like driving to Wendover to go get Manuel with Mole was easily the top 5 one of the most terrifying experiences I had, dude. Because that dude always used to like. He used to carry himself like, "Oh, I'm the best driver. I'm so good, dude."
Yeah, I can hear that. I can already hear the voice.
Right? Yeah. And like the whole time, man, I swear my butt was so tight, dude, because I was sitting. It's like, all right, man, all right. And then we got to Wendover, and it's like, oh god, I can breathe a little bit because at least Manuel, he can drive too. But yeah, Manuel in the car with Ray, and they're just like nonstop making fun of Mole. Dude. Like Mole would be driving, and they just slap the shit out of him, and Mole was like, "Oh god!" He's like, "God damn it, guys,
what's going on? I'm trying to be normal here right now."
Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, shout out to like our grandma's houses.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Because there's
a lot of funny ass shit from that place. All I gotta remember is that I was at your grandma's house, and then Bowie and Tully called me saying, "Hey, we just stalled Dean's Honda down the street. Can you help me bring it back? Because you're the only person I know how to somewhat drive a stick shift." I really had no idea, but we got it back to your house.
Oh man, dude!
Was it the van or?
No, it was a Honda. It was like an '86 Honda.
It was It was the Peugeot, like a little gray car.
Oh yeah,
I remember that car.
Yeah. It was my dad's little French car. Man, oh dude!
I remember like I went down there to where they were, and they were like I could see them like they kept stalling, and I'm like, fuck, like how the fuck am I gonna get it going? You know, going uphill. But I mean, we eventually got it, and we got it going, and we got it too. No, it's not like we got into the parking lot. Like we got it to the road, to the road where your house was, and then like it stalled there, and then we couldn't get it going anymore. So we pushed it back into your fucking parking lot.
Yeah, boy.
And they're like, that's good enough. Let's just put the e-brake up and we're all right. that shit was crazy.
I think the craziest car story, and it didn't involve me directly, was my mom was dating a guy at the time, and he comes running in the house, sits on the couch, and said he had an accident. And we're like, okay, well, it's pretty bad. Well, what do you mean? Oh, it's down the street, so we go looking for it. And we turn the corner by the clinic there. My mom's car is up over the fence in one of the sheriff's house, right through the front porch, and I'm like, what the hell? And to this day, I don't know how he cleared the fence.
Yeah, he made it over the fence.
He made it over the fence, over the sidewalk, over the fence, into the porch.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't understand how he did that.
Oh, dude.
Don't understand how he did that.
That sounds like Jackpot.
Oh, man. Dude,
Any crazy thing, you'd probably be like, yeah.
Right,
Jackpot.
dude? Oh, man. I just, for some reason, when we brought up Mole, I just keep thinking about you guys remember the way he would walk, too? Dude? Mole would have this kind of like
assertiveness.
Like a kind of, oh, dude. And every time, like, because we'd have, my parents had this white Colt Vista. And all that, and we were trying to get it fixed up and everything. And Mole would come over, and anytime we deal with any kind of car or anything, Mole thought he knew exactly what to do. God damn, there were so many times that he was wrong as shit, dude. But God, he carried himself with that like mechanic swagger.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because his hands were just always oily and like he thought he knew what he was doing.
Well, looks like you need a new alternator. I'll fix it for
you. They just needed gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fucking idea. He's like, yeah, alternator. That's the way to go.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, fucking.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, my God. That was too funny.
Fucking low, man. I love the shit in that guy. But, damn, that shit was funny. Yeah. Because that guy would be always working on a car. And, like, he probably didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was just working on it.
And before cars,
he could be completely fucking that shit up, but he's behind the car, just be like, yeah, that's what we should be doing.
You know what? Let's talk about those three brothers, dude.
Yeah.
Those three, the brothers Mole, dude.
Jackpot Joe.
There's Mole, there's Tully, and there's Beast. Marty, dude. The coolest story I have about Marty. This is a long time ago. I had a remember that green Schwinn Cruiser, that beach,
beach cruiser.
That beach cruiser. I had the Devo bike.
Yeah.
We were all like hanging about like Twin Springs, and we figured out what we're gonna do. And Marty, God, I don't know how old. Marty was young.
Must have been.
It must have been really young, yeah. But what was the cool thing about Marty, and probably why we called him Beast, is like he lost his four front teeth, and he only had his canines. So I was like, Beast, man, this is Beast. and he was known. He was like, dude, he was tremendous, man. He would like hit you when you weren't looking. He was the epitome.
Yeah.
He was the epitome of like problem child, man.
Yeah.
Not to his parents, but just to fuck with you.
Yeah.
And I remember this one time we were just there, And I had my shirt I was in riding. I was paying attention to everyone, figuring out what we were going to do. And then next thing I was like, all right, I got on my bike and I started going forward. And then my pedals went, and then my back tire got stuck. And then it's like, oh, what the hell? And then I turned around, I got off my bike and I looked at it. There was a wire hanger like embedded in my tire. and then Beast was right there, and he looks at me and he's looking at me. He's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! It wasn't me, man." And then he flipped me off and he ran away. I was like, "Yeah, it was you, dude." Like,
there's nothing else around. We know it's you, but like,
oh, dude, yeah.
He'll sit there and he will disagree. He'll be like, no, that wasn't me. Man.
Oh, man.
What the fuck you talking about?
The brothers Mole, dude.
No,
Beast, Tully, and Mole.
Those three guys, man, they're fucking crazy. All three of them, man. Hey, you know what? I guess we'll go off Martin's stories now because I remember the funniest story that with Martin was like, well, when I was in high school, well, generally like when I started my senior year, like we smoked a lot of weed. Like we were pirates, like straight out, just smoke all the time. We'd go to Dan's house and we would smoke. Like that was just it. That was the life, And we just go to his house and smoke. I'd go Martin would pick up me, and then we'd go to Dan's house and smoke. And like I remember one time we were at Dan's house and we already had smoked like way too much than we should have. We're high as fuck, and like. Generally, we're telling people like, "Hey, we're lifting weights in Daniel's garage or Daniel's storage. We're not smoking, but we're definitely smoking. You can smoke. If you're like in a big you're in a mile radius where Daniel's house was, you're like, yeah, those motherfuckers are smoking a lot of weed right now. But like, we would tell them like, nah, we're lifting for football. There's something stupid like that.
Yeah, boy.
Was there at least a weight bench in that storage?
No, there was a weight.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. You do incline, decline, regular incline.
Okay, good.
You got to look the part, man.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
But did we ever do it? No, we never did. But
Could at least thrown some weights around and made it.
we try. We try to throw that incline sometimes because incline is how you play basketball. Apparently, that's what we thought. But so we were saying we're lifting weights, we're smoking all the time, and then I remember there's one time where. All of us were just high as fuck. Our eyes are just red as fuck. We're like, we probably shouldn't be doing any kind of stupid ass shit, But like, Martin was like, I gotta use the bathroom. I'm like, dude, don't go outside. Like, if you go outside, like, people are gonna notice because we're paranoid as fuck, right? So this guy's like, all right, I'll go out. And he went outside, and then like, it had been like 15 minutes, man. We're just sitting there, just chilling. We're just sitting there talking, and we're just wondering like, what the fuck is Martin at? Finally, we open the door to his storage, and the fucking dogs are jumping on his ass and shit. They're all jumping on him, and we're like, "What the fuck's going on?" Martin's like, "The dogs are jumping on me. I can't use the bathroom." Motherfucker never went to use the bathroom. Motherfucker's just sitting outside. The dogs jumping on his ass the whole time. Dude, fuck, dude, that shit had us going for fucking days. Man. That shit was so funny, dude.
Oh, dude, every time I see Marty, dude, every time I see him. I'm like, oh man, what's up, straight guy?
Yeah,
and he goes, that's straight guy, man, Marty.
Always, man. And he always answer back.
Oh man,
straight OG, man. I love the shit of that guy named Martin. If you're listening, I hope you're listening, man. I love the shit out of you, and I love the shit out of all three of you guys, Mole and Tully, man. You guys are all straight.
No,
shit.
Tully bully,
dude. I talk to Tully all the time. Hey. I haven't talked to you, Martin, in a while, but shit, dude, I love the shit out of you, and I hope you know that.
Too bad we don't have any Bud Light Limes on the table, too.
For Tully?
Yeah, I know. But fuck, might as well get in the conversation with Tully. Because I took to Tully for like hours sometimes. Like, that guy would just call me in the middle of the day. I'd be working or whatever the fuck, doing some stupid ass shit, and be like, hey, what you doing? I ain't doing shit, man. What you doing? You talk for like 4 hours after that. We'd be talking till like night. We'd be talking till before we're going to sleep and shit.
Tully's a really cool guy. At Kyle's wedding, me and Tully hung out. Me and Tully hung out for a bit. Me and Tully hung out for like 20 minutes. and afterwards, it was... I'm not gonna say. Tully's a cool guy, man. That's all I'm saying.
It was funny as shit. It's great as shit. I have a lot of fun.
It was good to see him at the wedding.
It was.
Yeah. It was good to see everybody, but
that shit was cool though. I love Mo too, man. Mo is always there. He's always there cutting you up, whatever damn shit I'm going through. Mo's always there.
Mo,
Mo's got a family now, so
yeah.
Motherfucker's a goddamn dad and all that shit.
Bless Mo's heart, but there's one story that I had to say because it's just too funny.
Go ahead. We were talking about the Castanedas.
It was at the time that Kyle's mom, Mrs. Carpenter, and she always gets mad because like now I got out of school. I should be calling her Karen, but I always just call her.
It's like a habit, right? Yeah, it's a habit.
It's literally a habit.
She was getting her doctorate, and Kyle, I guess Kyle was telling like people in his class and all that, and Mo. What's so funny about Mo is like he carries himself with such swagger that he doesn't like he'll say something but he doesn't know that because so he comes on saying my mom's getting her doctorate and everything and then Mo just like bursts into this like that's cool man, that's cool, so she's gonna be the school nurse now. and then I could only, when I heard the story, I could just only imagine Kyle's face.
All right.
Kyle didn't say anything, dude. Just Kyle. I guess Kyle just looked at him and did the thing I talked about, like where you like. You know. Oh my God, bless Mo's heart, man. That guy. And then I remember the coolest thing about Mo was like when every time football season came around, he was like decked out, dude.
Oh
yeah, he went on that East Bay magazine.
The catalog.
The catalog, dude. Yeah, okay, he like team colored cleats, mouth guard, visor, everything.
The tinted visor.
The tinted visor, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, that was cool.
I remember that. Yeah. Kid Mo, man.
Then
when we get laid out and he'd be looking decked out as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, that guy look good as shit, but he was laid the fuck out.
Dude, Mo was too cool. We're kind of out of time, but speaking of tinted visors, when I played football here in Vegas for like the semi-pro city team thing, I got a clear Nike visor. But I wanted to get like a dark one because I was like, well, it's not high school anymore. I can get like a color visor.
Right?
Yeah. But I couldn't find anywhere to order it. So what I did is I went to a car shop and I got a tint. I got a limousine tint
on your goddamn
visor, and then I tinted it up. And then these dudes that were playing, it's like, oh, you got it. They took it, and then one guy looked at it, he's like, is this car tint? And I was like, yeah. And then he looks at me, he's like, you're Mexican, huh? and I just like, half, man.
Close. Goddamn skin. I'm white of that shit.
Oh, dude, that was very funny, man. That reminded me of that. But yeah, Mo, dude, always act out. And then
listen.
Oh man, that's too cool, dude.
That's fucking funny though. But you know what? I can see Mo doing that. Definitely. Oh man, all his cars probably tinted.
I think all of us were on the Jackpot football team. I only lasted 2 weeks, but I think you guys played all seasons, right?
Yeah.
All the year I played.
I tried out, and then 2 weeks in, I was like, "This ain't for me."
Even my freshman year, there was a point in my freshman year where I thought I was going to play a starting quarterback in my freshman year. There was a point where Shorty was like, "All right, you should start taking snaps." And I was like, "Yeah, I probably should." He's like, "Yeah, Alex, I should just ate some shit. You probably should have taken some snaps." I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm a skinny-ass Mexican playing quarterback right now.
I remember my freshman year.
Fuck up. Shout out to Shorty. Thank you.
Yeah. Shorty! My freshman year, there wasn't a helmet that fit me. Because I didn't.
Was it a big head or a small head?
No, I had a big. I did an extra large helmet.
Big head?
Yeah, I got. So
it's a normal.
I remember I had a
body now, right? Body now.
I had to practice with a helmet that didn't fit, and I wasn't allowed to hit though because they were like, "Look, you're gonna hit someone with a helmet that doesn't fit, you're gonna break your neck." I was like, "Damn it, man!" But then they had to order me a helmet. And they also ordered Alberto Mendez, a.k.a. Butt Nasty.
Was he a big head too?
No, he had a small head. They had to get an extra small helmet.
Really?
And then our coach, Mr. Hobbin, thought it was so funny. So he'd grab both our helmets and just like he put it there on the little bleacher thing just to compare it in. Because he had Butt's like miniature like a toy helmet, and then you had my big ass bucket.
Lineman helmet.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I played all 4 years.
Lineman though, motherfucker played fullback, right?
Yeah, I played fullback and then
you laying some motherfuckers out fullback, right?
Dude, when I play here in Vegas, easily the hardest I've ever been hit.
Yeah.
Dude, we scrimmaged against these guys who get invited to NFL training camps. They don't make the practice squad, but they get invited. So obviously these guys carry a lot of weight. And then when I was playing, it's when I started to get I was pretty strong. And then I remember it was like a lead play. So I went up the and it's funny because we called the 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4 hole. But in the way when I played, it was the gap.
Yeah,
you go A gap, B gap, C gap. So I went up the B gap. This crazy linebacker dude, like he was maybe like 5'10", but he was probably like this wide. And I remember we just both hit, and I hit him as hard as I could. And he hit me as hard as he could. And then I just everything you see stars and you hear just a crack. And then I'm holding him, and he's just laughing. He's just laughing. He's like, oh, man, good hit, man, good hit. And he's like slapping me on the helmet. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. I hit you as hard as I could. And you're just laughing. We're just standing. I was like, all right. I was like, nah, man.
Right now.
Nah.
No, I felt that. I remember we played Carlin. If you guys know Carlin, all of us, good fucking team, man. Everyone knows, like, the best players in Carlin and shit. And, like, we were playing in the rain, and I had just started. I was a sophomore in high school, and like I guess I was starting my career, I guess, or whatever the fuck, my career in high school or whatever. And like I was okay. I was catching balls. I was wide receiver, and but they started playing me as a slot receiver. Slot receiver, you kind of just do the motions and all that. And I mean, you get the ball. If you get the ball, you if the ball's past you, you catch it. And there was a play that we always ran, and everyone knew it. But, like, it was literally, like, the slot receiver motions. And as he motions, the ball gets hiked. They hand him off to the slot receiver, and their slot receiver runs down the C gap or the D gap. Or just run, just go, because they didn't expect an motion player to run the ball, right? But, like, apparently fucking Carlin knew, because the moment it was handed to me, like, I was going around that corner, and, like, I remember we played Carlin's JV before that, and all they kept telling me was, like, if you hear a huh, you probably should go down. Well, I heard that huh, and I didn't go down. And then I remember, like, I got hit so hard where the snot came out of me, and I was on the floor before I even knew it. And, like, I was down on the floor, and I got up, like, just like every other hit I take. And I always try to get up, like, as quick as possible, because I didn't want it to be like, oh, it affected me real hard, So I always try to get up pretty fast. And I got up, and I looked at the guy, and the guy was so fucking big. And the fact that he hit me so fucking hard, and there's like snot on my face and shit. I went back to the everyone. I swear to God, after that game, everyone was like, "You feel all right? You feel all right?" Because like after I went around that corner and he made that noise, like that hit. You can watch in the video, like that crack so hard. That guy hit me so hard, like so hard and so fast. The fact that like I didn't even know he hit me until I was on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
it fucking hurt.
The worst ones are when you get blindsided, though, man.
Well, yeah.
Because
I got blindsided pretty often.
Yeah.
But kickoffs. The blindside's coming with kickoffs.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
I remember my freshman year, we were playing Colville. And McDermott. And I was chasing their we were winning. So I got to play a lot. I was like, go there, go. And then there's this.
That never happened.
Their quarterback was doing like a sweep. And I was like chasing. I was like, and he looked at me, and it was like, I'm gonna get like. I want to hit him. It wouldn't have been a sack, but it would have been a tackle. I was like, I'm going to get him. And I'm going after him. And then this dude just comes out of nowhere and just hits me. And both my feet just go like, boom. Like, I'm flat. I'm flat.
Parallel to the floor, right? Because that's exactly how I felt when I got hit in the common game.
And then you just hear like a big old crack. and then you're parallel, and then you just fall like you're on the ground and you're blindsided. You're trying to catch your breath. You're trying to catch your breath. And you're like,
that sounds exactly.
And then from then on, like I always kept my head on a swivel. I was like, man, because it's more. I don't think it's more the hit. It's just the more like. You don't want people to be like, oh, because they
that
watch
whole week, everyone was like, dude, look how hard.
Right? Yeah, when you watch the video,
it's just like a bam. And they're like, let's put that on replay. All right, bam. And it's just the same shit over and over again. I'm just like, yeah, it fucking hurt, right? You guys gotta understand it. Quit fucking watching it, but they kept watching it.
I think.
Like, what can you learn from this play? Well, there's not much to learn from this play besides the fact that Mike got laid the fuck out.
That's when you need Smokey to come out of nowhere. Like, you just got knocked the fuck out.
Fuck out. That's exactly what it was.
I think the hardest I got hit, and I think that's when I decided football was not for me. And I don't know how to say this politically correct, but we were playing a game called Smear the Queer. And and I think
not politically correct.
Yeah, no, but that's what it was called at the time. And there was like I think it was like 4 seniors and then everybody else and I was last man standing. And it was I don't know what happened to him, but his name was Chris Miller. I think his dad was a deputy in town. And I just remember he came right at me. He seemed tall at the time. He just laid me out.
Oh, man.
I knew he was coming too. I was
like, this is my.
Because I think the reason people weren't getting me because I was small and I was getting out around him.
Yeah.
But then when there was no more people that kind of hide and get out, he just went full force.
Yeah. And
just bam, and then I was like, football's not for me.
Yeah, definitely. Like the hardest hit that I ever took before I took the hit in Carlin, which. It fucking hurt me, but I didn't get a concussion, obviously. But like, though I've had a concussion in football. But the hardest hit I ever took was when we did drills with the team, and Daniel would lay the fuck out of me. He was like, "I don't give a shit. You're a redshirt quarterback. I'm gonna lay the fuck out of you." And that guy would just fucking lay it on me. And you know what? I was okay with it because like I knew like. I'm gonna get hit like that in games. Like, why the fuck not just accept it?
Yeah,
so like, I was like, you know what? I'll get fucking used to it. But fuck, man, like we would do the, when you lay on the floor or whatever. They're like, go. And you get up
Oklahoma, man. Oklahoma. Yeah.
And for some reason it was like our coach Carlos at the time. Carlos always put me and Daniel against each other. It would always be like that. It was just like, the big guy versus the skinny ass motherfucking Mexican. And, like, I would always get laid the fuck out for that guy. But you know what? Like, I was okay with it. You know what? Because, like, I knew I was going to get hit like that no matter what in the game. Like, as long as I was used to the hitting, like, I'm going to go. I'm not going to get scared. I'm going to fucking push myself. You know?
Speaking of Carlos, it's funny because it brings in Tolly again. We were doing basketball. We were doing, like, the shell game or the shell defense game.
Yeah.
And Tolly was doing, because Tolly when he boxes out, so like, and this is when Carlos, like it was his first year. Carlos was a dick, man. I'm gonna just flat out say, dude, Carlos was a dick. But if you listen to Carlos, man, you're cool, man. I love you, man. But you were a dick. he stops and then he looked at Tolly and Tolly's like, what's going on? And then he's like, Tolly, you out here. You're out here like you're Mick Jagger, and then he starts doing like that. I can't get no satisfaction. He's doing the Mick Jagger walk, dude. And then Totally doesn't know what's going on. And I think the only people that got that reference were me and Kyle. We were just cracking up, dude.
And then like after that, Totally always be like, his hands on his waist.
Yeah. Oh man, God, that's too funny, dude. So I mean. I guess like for you, like who the person that would like always like would be Eric, huh? Eric was like the guy that.
Funny.
Oh yeah, well to this day that guy is still funny.
He's fucking.
Yeah, like to this day, like I make it a point to go to the liquor store at least once when I'm in Jackpot just to go up there and see Eric.
The greatest thing is always explaining how me and Eric are related. Because
up, down, left, right. Something around there.
The Konami code.
You remember doing that for I think when you get like the Super Nintendo games and you would get the cheats, you get those magazines.
Yeah.
I remember doing it for like Mortal Kombat 3, where you had to put in the code to get secret. What was it like? You
had to do it quick because it was like right at the beginning.
Yeah. God damn.
Well, mine wasn't because it became part of a fucking a song that my brothers would sing because we'd play Killer Instinct and like whenever they beat my ass, like I would die. But in Killer Instinct, if you press every single button as fast as you can, you come back. But I mean, Pacino had a song to it. He'd be like, Killer Instinct. It'd be like, Mike D's dead. Killer Instinct. And like I come back, but the motherfucker always beat my ass again. It was the worst thing in the world. And then Mike's dead. Yeah, well, obviously, motherfucker, that was the worst. But yeah, Killer Instinct. I love that game. But I mean, the whole story behind it was the worst.
I remember clearly going to the burger house, renting video games there, and it was like I would rent it, take it back, and it was back in the neighborhood within like 10 minutes of me. Like I would rent it, and all of a sudden you guys would have like Zelda or something. Because he'd just wait for me to return it, and then just say we'd just go rent it, and then we would just continue playing what we were playing on it.
I remember, dude. Yeah, I remember going there. I was maybe in 4th grade when the burger house stopped selling like burgers. Yeah, and all that, dude. But I remember selling like walking at lunch to go get burgers or the pizza pockets.
Yeah. Those things are legend. I myself don't recall ever having a pizza pocket. I had a burger there.
But a lot of
there's I remember
it's legendary.
There's Rosie Terrell posted a while back that she was going through Oregon and she stopped at some gas station and she had pizza pockets. She said they were exactly like the burger house.
Yeah, because I think the burger house, I think Gary's house deep fried them. I think
something.
I think I put them in a deep fryer.
Yeah.
Right?
And what's so like kind of cool and sweet at the same time is like when they stopped selling it. Remember they had those little benches outside.
Yeah.
You could sit, but then after a while, when he stopped selling the food, they didn't clear them out. So like all the brush and everything would kind of start growing on top of them.
Yeah.
So like you go there and it's like, oh man, it's like you're discovering a red like.
It's my pizza pocket.
This is where ancient students used to sit.
And then for a while, it seemed like he was selling almost everything.
Well, he stopped.
I remember one time he used to have like a back to school sale, and he had shoes. For a while there, he had a whip. I think he sold swords.
I feel like he was probably trying to do whatever he could to survive.
Or talking about Eric, because Eric used to sell ties and adult movies out of his Escalade in the back,
and the game soundtrack.
Yeah.
And I bought all of them. But yeah, he did. But I think after Gary tried to do all that, like. I remember, like, after that, he didn't do really anything, but he used to do milkshakes all the time. So I would always go over there and buy a banana milkshake every day. Just like, hey, you got a banana milkshake? All right. You can tell he was frustrated when you make me a banana milkshake.
Yeah, like you didn't want to.
Like, I'm paying for it.
You know who was like that, dude? Oh, it was Sergio. Fucking Sergio Reese, man. If you're hearing this. When he'd be working like graveyard, we go out there, we drunk, dude. We go to sit down, and he'd come out. I was like, "What do you guys want?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, let's get a beef eater." No, man, we just got fries. Like, no, man, give me beef eaters. Like, no, man, fries, man. And then if you finally make a beef eater, he would make it so sloppy, dude. Like,
she was trash.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I coming here?
Oh, but I love Sergio, man. What a fucking cool dude.
That's hilarious.
Remember the Four Jacks to make pizza, man?
I remember that.
Oh yeah, because remember the horseshoe,
batter, right?
The horseshoe and the Four Jacks for a while.
We're going at it for a while,
right? Competing for
pizza, right?
for
the worst pizza I ever had was from the Four Jacks.
Was it?
I remember ordering it, and when I got it, they'd used so much flour that the pizza was white when I got it.
What?
It was nasty.
Oh, was it all doughy and shit, dude?
I don't know, but it was just a white pizza, and you could taste the powder, and it was like,
damn.
I was like, it's terrible.
That was a different kind of powder, bro.
It was never that bad for me. I always had a good experience with their pizza.
Everything else was always good from the restaurant. The food, everything was always really good there, but that
wasn't bad. It was bad that day.
Yeah, it was a terrible pizza.
Oh, dude, one time when I lived with Frost, we went to the Four Jacks, and we got like chicken strips, I think. And we got sick. We got like super sick. So we were convinced like the dude who was working at midnight wouldn't wash his hands. So he'd scratching his butt, dude, like scratching his ass, putting a chicken finger in, like fry sauce and everything. So we're like, nah, man, if that dude's working, we're not eating no booty strips, man.
Booty strips.
The one thing I remember is we'd all go out drinking, and it always ended up at Barton's.
Yeah,
You'd
the
always,
restaurant,
yeah,
right?
you'd always end in the restaurant.
Yeah.
because there was over pretty. There were
24 hours, and it was never really busy in the middle of the night. You just go in there and it'd be like 10 of us.
Yeah, and you can tell like the way they. I don't think they were pissed off because they knew we all tipped well, so it was easy. Like,
you know what, let them order it.
Yeah, but some of us were maybe too drunk to be there at the time. You're like, what are you doing? Dude, like that was a after prom like spot was to go to the 90th.
Yeah, it's a prom bullshit.
And usually after prom, you're already kind of you're already kicking it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man. Barnes was cool. Barnes has seen me pretty wasted. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Definitely.
I've gotten pretty wasted at Barton's.
I've thrown up in the Barnes fucking casino or the
restroom there?
The restaurant.
Oh, okay.
The restaurant.
The restaurant.
I've never gotten drunk at bar. I've been drunk at Barnes, but I've never gotten drunk there. You know, I've shown up there drunk.
Yeah.
At the Horseshoe, I've never. I think the only place I've drunk is the West Star.
Me too. Honestly, I feel like it's the same way. Like I had enough drinks at the West Star where I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty fucked up. And then after that, we go anywhere else. We go to the Barnes to get like eat or something like that. But I'm fucked up. But like, I'm not drinking at the Barnes. I'm drinking at the West Star.
Shout out to the West Star though, because one year for not checking IDs.
Yeah, they were pretty bad about making. I remember being in there and I was like, half of these motherfuckers in here aren't 21. The fuck's going on?
It was myself and Jorge Martinez, and we went there, like Sergio Pacino, and everyone was there, and they convinced the bartender that Jorge turned 21. So we went in there, and it was like, hey man, it's this guy's birthday, man, he's 21. And usually the bartender's like, oh cool, let me see ID. The bartender's like, yeah, he's 21?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want? What are you drinking?
What are you drinking?
and then
Sheriff Shaky or
his eyes just lit up, dude. He's like, all right. And he started ordering a bunch of shit.
That's fucked up. That's funny as shit. Yeah, I do the same goddamn thing if I'm in that position.
Yeah, dude. So,
hey, I drink a lot, you gonna fucking you gonna live that lot.
There was one place here when I first moved to Vegas that myself and this one dude named Jordan, who was friends with Jorge from his freshman year at UNLV, we went to this bar after we were at the house that we were renting, and then we were drunk and we walked to this bar and we're both 20, but I had a beard and he had like almost he was really tall too.
Yeah.
And he's like, just be cool, man, just sit down, just order. I was like, fuck it, dude, let's just do it. And I think it was on Maryland Parkway and Bermuda or Cactus. No, not Bermuda. Cactus. Yeah, it was in that area.
Yeah.
And I forget the name of the bar, but we went up there, and sure enough, man, we ordered a beer. Bartender gave us a beer. We sat there, we drank it, acted cool, got another one, drank, and then we just left. And I was like, damn, dude, I just had my first. Oh, and then that night, I bought my first case of beer without getting ID'd. And Jorge was like, all right, man, just go, dude. Just buy it, dude. And if they ask for ID, just say you left it in the car. I was like, all right. And I went in there and I bought it. It was Miller High Life Light. The most disgusting beer
what?
I've ever
I didn't know
had.
they made a light.
Light?
Miller High Life Light?
It was the most disgusting beer I've ever had.
That sounds disgusting. It definitely sounds disgusting.
But yeah, shout out to barkeeps who don't fucking ID, man.
Yeah.
And then toting that line and possibly getting fired.
They know the struggle, man. Because then when I turned 21, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get ID'd. But I'm already got a full grown fucking lumberjack beard, so I was like, I didn't get ID'd, and I was like, well, fuck, man, I could have been buying beer all along.
Yeah, we used to me and Mike's brother used to start out a lot of times at Barton's only because he worked at the gas station next door, and a lot of times we just go over there and we just start drinking, and then we would probably end up somewhere else.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there was, we would end up at the West Star, watching Gato drink himself. to death and then go to work at like 5 o'clock in the morning after he'd been there most of the night.
Yeah, dude. If you're gonna play hard, man, you at least went to work. Other people would be like, nah, fuck it, I'll call in. He went to work.
I don't think he could call in because I think his boss was in there.
You called in the other day.
I did.
You got pretty drunk. Yeah, you know what? It's all right.
Sometimes you gotta take an L, you know.
Yeah, you gotta
Can't
take
have W's all the time.
Take that.
Honestly, I feel like you didn't think you were as drunk as you were until you like stood up and you're like, shit, I'm pretty fucked up.
I think taking that second shot was what got me.
I didn't know you took a second shot.
Well, you were pretty much passed out on the floor.
Second shot, I don't even remember that either. So
the only thing I remember is, hey, we're going to McDonald's. Yeah, we're going to McDonald's. Dean's out on the floor. You go upstairs and then you don't come back down. I'm like, well, shit.
I'm gonna take a shot.
This night's over.
Might as well take a shot.
Yeah, and then I went to bed. But no, Barton's, they used to treat us real well there. I remember I had so many tequila sunrises that I remember I was laughing so hard that I couldn't even pay for my own meal. And Ishmael was like paying for my meal. I remember he dropped me off at home because I was already done. And I had a tree outside my house. And I walked around it like 5 times before I walked into the house.
Damn.
Because I couldn't find the front door.
That's gonna fight at the front door, fucking Mishmalini's. One day we gotta get Louis.
We really.
Yeah, to tell that story.
To tell that story.
Man. That story. Well, that shit always has me running.
What's so funny is the way it's just I picture Louis just looking at him through the.
It's Louis just watching him laughing through the window, just being like, "This motherfucker." Just watching him like this drunk motherfucker is just sitting here doing his shit, and it's so funny.
Oh man,
this shit always gets me, man.
I remember me and him one time. We were supposed to do something, but we ended up at Barton's, and we ended up seeing Carlos and like Nestor and somebody there, and then we started drinking. And drinking, huh? No, it was just me and Ishmael. And we were drinking, and all of a sudden we were really drunk. And I think I think for whatever reason, Carlos was drinking White Russians. I don't know what the story behind that was, but. And all of a sudden we end up at Nicole's house. And they were playing poker.
Fuck that.
they were playing poker. And then I just remember, like, after that, we went outside, and the cops rolled up and were like, hey, you guys good? Well, yeah, we're fine. We're good. You guys going over? We're just going to chill here. We were actually trying to get to the West Star. So we waited for them to leave. We ended up going to the West Star, and we ended up getting more fucked up. And then Dina showed up to, like, give us a ride. I don't remember why she was there. But someone kept saying, hey, she can't be in here. She's not 21. And I hear someone say, no, she's 21. She's 21, don't worry. And it was like, no, she can't be in here. And then eventually she I think she took us home. I don't remember. But then someone said the next day that I was so drunk in Nicole's house that I was like knocking stuff over.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I've blacked out, but I don't think I've ever done anything like stupid, or at least that I know of.
No, I've done some pretty stupid ass shit when I was drunk.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, the last time the Golden Knights played, I was pretty fucking drunk after they lost, and they won game 1 when they won. Like, I was happy, and like me and Maggie were pretty happy. We went to a bar, it was called Bubby's in Summerlin, and it was fucking fun, you know. And then like we were all there, we were all happy. We kept drinking. I drank like way too much beers because they had buy one get one free there. So like it wasn't like buy one get one free. They were like, you buy one, we're giving you 2 beers. So like they would always hand you 2 beers every single time.
God damn.
So like you're sitting there just like, all right, I'm gonna finish my first beer, and then I'm gonna drink my second beer. Like that's how it felt every single time. So like I did it like 3 times, and I was like, I fucking like. I was pre-drinking before that. I was already pretty fucked up before we even started, and like I was fucked up when like the game was over, and like I was pretty like I remember when the game ended, and I was like, hell yeah, we won game 1, you know, I was excited as fuck. But after that, like it was blackout. I was gone. I didn't remember anything, and like I remember I came to when I was on apparently I was on a wall, which was pretty fucking high, like almost pretty close to my height. The wall was was my height, and I remember jumping on top of it to sit on it like a normal person. apparently. I was a normal person at the time. I was fucked up. And I put my phone right next to me, and I was like, yeah, I can sit up here. I could be sober. I wasn't sober. I was fucking drunk, you know? So I was up there like, drunk as fuck. And then, like, I was so drunk I fell backwards on that fucking, on the fucking wall. But the fucked up thing was, like, the wall on the side I jumped on was, like, my height. But the wall on the opposite side was like double my height. So it was like really high when I fell off. And I fell backwards and I hit the floor, and like I remember hitting the floor, and like that's what sobered me up was when I hit that floor. Because like I landed on my ass. I swear to God, I broke my ass cheek because I hit it and I was like, what the fuck just happened to me? And that sobered me up. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta sober up. And I got up, and after that I was just like, I was in a pissed off mood because all I could feel was that my ass cheek was like
my ass.
Yeah. Because I landed on my ass. It was the worst feeling in the world, but like that, the game was amazing. The fact that we won all that, but like shit, I was upset. After that, I was just upset because I hurt my ass cheek that I fell off a goddamn wall that I probably shouldn't have. I should have been sober and just sat on the goddamn wall, but I didn't. I fell backwards, and it was just so bad, man. It was the worst.
Were you at Kyle's bachelor party?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
You remember when we lost him and Ishmael?
No,
Well,
I was drunk.
They were all pretty bad. Me and Ishmael just happened to lose each other.
Because I remember all sitting at a bar, and then we left.
Well, I feel like,
and then we're like, where's Ishmael and Mike? And I was like,
oh, this was before we got to the house, right?
No, yeah, it was later on in the evening.
No, yeah, because I remember we were at a bar. All of us were at a bar in Reno, and it was like a pretty. It was like a, I guess it was just like a dive bar.
Yeah,
we were all sitting there, and like I remember.
Yeah, Mackenzie was there. Kyle was there.
You guys were all to the right of me and Ishmael, but me and Ishmael were just talking. Me and Ishmael were I knew me and Ishmael were pretty drunk already, but like. We knew you guys were there, and then, like, we just kept talking. We took 2 more shots, and then, like, we stood up, and then, like, we looked around, like, where the fuck is everyone at? And then, like, we had no idea where you guys were after that.
I think at that bar, that's when I was just chugging beers, and I remember going to that pizza place.
Yeah, that's right.
Pizza place, and then we went to the house. And then that's when the plug, man, dude, came through and gave Kyle like an edible, and then Kyle took an edible and just he just out of it, man.
Fucking down.
He was laying outside.
He was laying outside, and he didn't get up until like sun up. Until sun came up.
Dude,
that's how crazy it was.
Dude, edibles are no joke, dude.
No joke.
Like
if you have no knowledge about it, like Kyle was like. You have no idea what you're expecting until you're like, that shit hit me. There's no way I can get back.
I got 4 edibles at the yoga studio where I work at. This lady, she makes edibles for her husband who is sick, so she makes them like super strong. Yeah. And it was like 4 cupcakes, like brownie like cupcakes, and. I always do this stupid mistake, but I'll eat it, and I was like, all right. Okay. And I always tell myself, like, oh, I'm a pretty big guy. It's gonna. So I ate another one. And I ate 4 of them. I ate 4 of them, and they didn't creep up for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. So I was like, man, these edibles ain't shit, man. These edibles ain't shit. And then you start feeling like a little, like okay, all right, I'm feeling it a little bit. And then I was sitting on the couch at my apartment, and I was like, all right, I'm feeling it. But then in my head, I was like, okay, you're in control of the high. Just remember that. The high is going to come, but you're in control of it. You dictate the high. Yeah. And then after a while, no, you're the high.
Like, high, listen to me, man. I need you to understand that I'm trying to control you.
the guy's like, nah, man. And
you accept that.
Man.
You accept that.
I don't think stoned is even the right word for it, dude. I was
paranoid as fuck.
I was laying in bed. I was laying in bed, and I was thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna be one of those people that call the ambulance because I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. And like my heart started beating. I closed my eyes. I was like, no, go to sleep. Just go to sleep. I'd wake up and I was like, get out of bed. I'm like, no, I gotta walk around. I walk around. And then I finally went to sleep. Then the alarm went off in the morning, and I get up to try to go to work. I felt like I was drunk. I mean, I was still high. I couldn't walk. So I had to call in. I was like, I'm not going to be able to come to work. I ate something wrong. I feel sick. And trying to do my best sick voice.
Yeah.
And then they ended up finding out, like, no, you weren't sick. You just
Too many of those cupcakes.
Oh, man, dude. No, edibles creep up on you. And
edibles fuck you up, man. I know from firsthand, man. Because I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sonia, Oliva, if you're hearing this. But like after Oliva's wedding, we all
partook.
We all partook in the edibles after the barbecue we had at the house we all rented over in Reno, and we were all. I felt like we were all okay. I mean, Kai was okay, Oliva was okay after that, and Sonia was okay when they took it, and me and Maggie were okay. But like, I remember taking a good chunk of the chocolate. I mean, like, I ate it and I was like, fuck, that tastes like chocolate. Like, that's just like gonna fuck me up. Like, maybe I should take another bite of the chocolate. Because I was like, you know what? I've been smoking for a while. You know, I should probably take another bite. I took another bite. I took it and I was like, yeah, I'm good now. And then, like, after that, like, I saw Oliva trip the fuck out because it was funny as shit. Like, Oliva's trip was funny as shit. And then, like, I knew Sonia was feeling it pretty good. And, like, after that, when Kyle and Oliva were driving home, I knew Kyle was feeling it. But like, I didn't think that I would be, like, feeling it as bad as I thought because I felt high. I felt high plenty of times. I smoked weed so many times in my life that I knew what high felt like. But when I took an edible, I had no idea the punch of it. I honestly did. I didn't. You know, I thought, you know what? Like, you're high. You know how the high feels. You know, you're not going to be, like, overly high. But, like, I remember when it kicked in, we were playing a stupid-ass game in the living room. I don't know, some board game or whatever. And, like, I remember it hitting me. And, you know, I remember when it hit me was when, like, Facino was asking a question. Because Facino and Sarah. Facino and Sarah had taken it as well because they gave it to us. And, like, they were saying, like, I remember the funniest shit was Facino was like, he, like, turned to the left and was like, did you call my name? I'm like, no one listens to him. He's like, oh, okay. And the actor normal. And, like, I was just laughing at him. I was like, this motherfucker thought someone called his name in the middle of a game. Like, we're playing, like, Monopoly or whatever the fucking stupid ass shit. And this guy's like, did you call my name? And, like, no one answered him. No one said anything. It was quiet in the room, but he was like, did you call my name? And that shit made me laugh. And, like, that shit made me laugh the whole goddamn day. And then after that, I was like, fuck, I'm feeling like weed, you know? You feel it, you make you laugh and shit. And I was like, I'm good. But then after that, like, it had, like, this whole other role in it. And, like, we were going to bed. Me and Maggie were going to bed that night. And, like, we're ready to go to sleep. And we're like, all right, it's the end of the night. We should all go to sleep. You know, Oliva had her trip. It was funny as fuck, but, like, we got sober up. We're all right. And then the lights turned off. And when the lights turned off, like, I had no idea where I was. Like, it literally, like, placed me in a situation where I had no idea where I was. And I was so fucking scared that, like, I went into, like, fucking spy mode. And I was like, where the fuck am I? And, like, I fell forward into the bed. And I found the bed. And I jumped in the bed. I'm like, where am I? And Maggie's like, yeah, you're on the fucking bed. Relax. And I was like, well, it doesn't feel like I'm in the bed. I'm scared as fuck. I'm scared. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And she's like, she lived through the whole terrible trip that I had that night. And, like, and to this day, she always gives me shit for it. She's always like, you remember when you were tripping on the bed? Because you were on a bed. You thought you were in the desert of Las Vegas. And I was like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I think that's the night I burned the hairs off my arm.
You did.
Yeah. Did you take an edible?
No. But he was trying to turn on the...
so we had a grill. Grill was provided, but the starter didn't work. Like, our grill, you turn the gas on, you click the starter and all that. So my idiot self turns on the gas, turns on all the burners. All of them at the same time. That gas is building up, and I reach in there to light it and just goes whoosh. All my arm hair was all burned off. People in the kitchen were like, "Are you okay? What happened out there?" And I was like, "Oh!" I just remember a big burst of like
just light one of the burners.
I lit them all and just went whoosh.
Speaking of drug, craziest drug you've ever taken.
Craziest drug ever taken?
Yeah. If people are at liberty to say.
I know.
I've never done any
I haven't
drugs.
done anything harder than weed. You know what?
I took Vicodins when I was hurt, but I was like, wait, I had a bachelor party? I must have been fucked up.
Me and Tully, that's the whole conversation that me and Tully had. Fuck you, Tully, because you fucking left me, alright? But like, the whole fucking conversation with Kyle's bachelor party was that me and him were gonna take what you guys took, and we didn't.
I just hung out with Tully. I just hung out with Tully.
The motherfucker left me like a goddamn. Well, I was pretty drunk. I can completely understand why he left me, but yeah. That shit was fucked up, but it's alright.
Let's make things claro, man. I hung out with Tully, and me and Tully just hung out for a little bit, and then later on that night, Tully hung out with Foey and Jorge
for a little bit.
100% understandable, but. The beginning of the night, like I feel like
was there talks of hanging out?
Me and Tully had the conversation. We were like, "Yes, boy, I'm 100% behind you. I've had a few beers, but I'm cool. We're ready to do this shit." And he's like, "Yeah, me too." And then like after that,
it didn't happen.
I saw Tully and I was like, "Tully, let's hang out." And Tully's like, "All right, let's go." And then we just hung out.
Tully, if you listen to this goddamn shit, you gotta understand. You knew what happened.
Craziest thing I took was shrooms. I took shrooms.
I remember when you guys took shrooms.
Yeah.
You bought it from a Will, right?
No. I got mine from my roommate in Reno.
Oh,
and
shit.
I came down.
You didn't take it here in Vegas? Here in Jackpot? In Jackpot. It's not Vegas. In Jackpot?
No. Well, what I did is I got them in Reno, and I came home because it was Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving daybreak. And I purposely told my mom, I was like, I'll be there on Thanksgiving Day. But I came home the day before, and I stayed at Faustino's. And I was like, all right, man, I got these shrooms. I'm going to do it. And Faustino just kind of like shook his head. And my roommate's like, okay, what you got to do is you got to eat these shrooms and then smoke this little nug of weed and drink some orange juice. And you're set.
Yeah.
You're like, you'll be set. And I did the whole thing. I did all that. Shrooms taste like shit, though, dude. They taste so bad. Yeah. I put them on a piece of pizza.
That,
I put them on a piece of pizza, and I gobbled them down, and I smoked the weed, and then I drink the oranges. It's like doing that strikeout challenge.
Strikeout, right?
Yeah. So I did that, and then I'm sitting on Frost's couch. Frost's already in bed and everything, and I'm like sitting there. I was like, all right, man, it's not kicking in yet. And then it kicks in, and
were you tripping balls? Or?
Oh man, dude, I was watching SportsCenter, and at one point, the SportsCenter anchors, to me, they looked like they were puppets. Like, they had the lines down their mouth, and they were like, it was weird because they were like computer animated, but they were still being moved. So it was kind of freaking me out. And then I guess I got up, and Faustino usually keeps his bedroom door open. Where he had his weight bench.
Yeah.
He put on his blankets. And
I sold him that weight bench.
And Anakin was just hanging out, and he was on top of the bench, and the way the light reflected off his eye, I just saw his eyes, and for some reason I was like, oh, there's a fucking vampire in that room, because I just saw the eyes, and it freaked me the fuck out, and I went back and I just sat on the couch, and apparently I got up and I went to the refrigerator, and I was about to eat. They went to Outback and they had a baked potato. I was about to eat a baked potato that was like 2 weeks old. And they came out like, no, don't do that. And I was like, oh. I was all tripping out. And then it's like, no, man, just go lay down. And then as I laid down, I was thinking to myself, like, because a shroom high lasts like 8 hours. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, I'm going to wake up.
Hi.
Well, I'm going to wake up the R word. That's how I'm going to wake up. Like, I'm done. I'm going to wake up. I'm not gonna be able to think. I'm not gonna be able to talk. I'm gonna be simple Jack, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna wake up as simple Jack. And I woke up. And I was fine, and I was like, "Wow,
what the fuck happened?" Right?
I probably won't do shrooms
ever again
unless it's in like a controlled thing, but like a controlled setting. But no, I think shrooms is probably the craziest thing
No, yeah.
It's not even a drug. It's just what it is just food poisoning. It's just the way you react to food poisoning,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a naturally growing mushroom that
No, it definitely is. And I feel like in Jackpot, it's like something you just get. And like my senior year, our senior thing was like, let's just take some shrooms and just hang out in the desert. I was like, that's not a good idea. But like everyone wanted to do it, and I was like, all right, we'll do it. And then like when it came to it, I was like, no, I couldn't get it. And like everyone was upset with me. I was like, well, yeah, well, fucking shit, like. I can't just get shrooms, like that's just something you just get.
I know, man.
And plus, like, you guys want to accept the fact that you guys can be fucking stupid for like 8 hours or whatever the fuck. Like, no, fucking relax, man. And I'm sure everyone was okay with the fact that I couldn't get them. But.
Yeah, because you had to be in a controlled setting when you do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man, damn it, Tony, you haven't done. God, I was waiting for you to tell us like
no,
you dropped acid or something.
No, maybe did some Vicodins while I was injured, but
no.
You know, I. But when you take them the way you're supposed to, I guess you don't really.
You're fine.
Yeah,
you're fine. You're not.
I've never taken crazy ass drugs. I've never done it. Weed is probably the hardest drug I've ever taken. And
I've been around people who smoke weed and people believe in a contact high, but I don't believe in contact high.
No, you really have to.
Yeah, I think you really have to like get some of that in you to like.
I don't know, guys.
You think you're?
I don't know.
Secondhand.
Because I've been in a car with people smoking, and I got out. I'm like, I don't feel anything. But those fools are just messed up.
Oh, well, maybe your high is the kind of high that like you're like, oh, I'm good, you know.
But I was like, no, my stories all involve alcohol.
Yeah, most of my stupid shit involves beer too. I was beer.
Most of the time,
liquor.
mine involves beer.
Beer and liquor.
Yeah. And Ishmael.
And then God, I love Ishmael, dude. I love Ishmael, dude. Yeah. Ishmael, and it's so cool because I'm gonna get to see him in a couple weeks, man. And I'm just gonna. First thing I'm gonna do is just give him a big ass hug, dude.
Give him a bear hug.
Give him a big old bear hug, Mishmalini's, man. Give me kisses, man. Give me kisses.
Yeah.
So Ishmael worked with some dude. I forget. Omar. Placencia's uncle or something.
Oh yeah.
I forget, but he worked at the golf course.
Yeah.
And I guess one time he got so drunk, he was getting up to Ishmael and telling Ishmael, give me keys. Just give me a key. And from then on, dude, I always go.
I didn't know how to react. Maybe I should.
No, because Ishmael was sober. So Ishmael was like, nah, man. So ever since then, I just called it Mishmalini's. Give me kisses, man.
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
Give me keys, baby. Give me keys.
That's funny shit. I know who you're talking about. I know exactly.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That dude was pretty funny when he was drunk too. not as funny as the story of the I fucked up.
That's a good one. That's
what like if you're a story for another day. All right, guys. Yes, ready? Yeah, and we're about an hour and 7 minutes. What do you guys think? How you guys think?
I'm feeling good. Yeah.
That's a good hour.
So my brother has been promoting us through his Twitch stream. I can't say Twitch stream to his followers. So shout out to him. His Twitch stream is called Age of the Fall 88.
Age of the Fall.
Age of the Fall.
Age of the Fall.
Age of the Fall. So if you're on Twitch and you want to follow him, it's Age of the Fall. I'll put a link into it once we get everything posted up.
Cool.
Yeah.
I figure like at the end of the show we should do just like shout outs. So, like if anything that's happened over the weekend that happened, I know.
Shout out to Castaneda Brothers, man. I love the shit out of you. Fool. I love the shit out of you. Totally. You called me yesterday. I love the shit out of you, fool. And then Martin, I haven't spoken to you in fucking years. I don't give a shit, dude. I love the shit out of you, and I hope you're listening to this shit, dude. You guys are fucking amazing, and I love it. I love all three of you, man. Hell
yeah, dude! I shout out to the Metro cop yesterday. I was driving home. It was on Pecos and Flamingo, and I was in one lane and he was in the other lane. No, it wasn't Flamingo. It was the street after Flamingo. So I don't know what it is.
Harmon.
I've lived here forever. And I was on my phone. And I was like, oh, I saw a cop. It's like, oh, I put my phone down, and then I'm just sitting there, and then I just hear, you know, that horn that Metro has.
Yeah.
The like. Yeah. And he kept doing that, and I finally turned around, and he looked at me, and I rolled down the window. I was like, hey man, get your taillight fixed. I don't want to give you a ticket. I was like, and I acted stupid. I was like, oh, he's gonna tell me about my taillight, my brake light, and I was like, oh yeah, oh it's out. I didn't know. Oh, you know, like oh.
Thanks, officer.
Oh, God, heavens to Betsy, I didn't know. And then he's like, yeah, get it fixed. Cause I don't want to give you a ticket. I was like, oh, yeah, I will totally get it fixed. And he's like, all right, man, cool. And it's like, oh, what a cool guy. So shout out to that guy. Shout out to that guy for not giving me a ticket.
That's about as bad as my friends today when they were like, yeah, we'll be there in a jiffy. And Jiffy's like 2 goddamn hours. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jiffy should be like 2 minutes, maybe 5.
I think
2 hours.
your point of a Jiffy and my point of Jiffy don't mean the same thing.
Jiffy is completely different compared to everyone else, apparently.
My friend Adam used to have that issue where he would be like, all right, I'm on my way. And it's like an hour and a half, and I was like, I thought you were on your way. No, I am. I was like, you only live 2 cities away.
Well, it's a Jiffy. I can make a Jiffy whatever fucking stupid ass shit I can say.
Yeah, I guess so. But if this is your first time listening, thanks for coming. We appreciate all the new followers we've gotten, all the people that have watched our videos.
Hell yeah.
If you like these, just push the like button and let us know you like them.
Don't we have a viewer in the UK?
We do have a viewer in the UK now.
That is amazing.
We're worldwide now, people.
Tim, Tom, Jim, whatever the fuck your name is. Keep listening.
Could be a woman.
Well, whoever is in the
Jane,
UK, whoever's in the
what's a good UK name? I don't have an idea.
Because we're probably going to come off as like ignorant Americans. But no, that's really cool. Viewer in the UK, that's badass, dude.
Hell yeah.
When you told me that, I was like, shit, yeah, man. I was like, trying to bring out my really
terrible Cockney
accent.
Well,
don't.
Hello, governor.
It's good you have it.
The Drunk Weekends LB podcast is produced every Saturday for your enjoyment, so come back often because we're here every Saturday. You can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Drunk Weekends LB, so make sure to check that out. Facebook.com/Drunk Weekends LB.
Yeah.
The show's also available to watch on YouTube every Sunday or Monday, depending on. We say it every week, depending on what happens. But
at the moment, we'll check.
But we will obviously get something worked out. But I'd like to thank everybody for listening, and
I think we're good.
We're good.
Anybody got any last words?
I got no one to call out. I think we're all right.
Shout out to all the guys that drank with us when we were younger.
Oh, the Zimas and Bartles and James, dude.
I'm sorry. It would be all right. We're 2-1 right now, but we'll catch it.
What?
I was talking about the Golden Knights.
I was like, what's going on here?
You sound like those people that do those videos where they'll eat or they'll do something like it's supposed to help you sleep. The AMF.
No, I was just telling the reason why I lost my voice is because we were at a Golden Knights game, hoping we can. We're 2-1 right now. Hey, we'll catch up. I definitely feel like we will. We'll take one.
Starting to sound like NPR right now.
And thank you for listening. We
really appreciate
we really appreciate you. We are brought to you every single week.
About 90%. We're doing all right. And average.
Tony, sit your ass down.